So the camera keeps going off. I don't know why. So we'll have to make several videos. So this here shows you, and this can lift up. Look, so you can take that off. Because if you don't have that taken off, you won't be able to get the lid up because the pipe will be stuck in it, right? Now that's the top 1 inch gun barrel tubing. That's what they call that. You bring it on down here, and it has to go to the bottom of the sump, the water, and it has to be tall enough up to your chest to turn it. And down on this end here, you have this, right? See that? And that's welded on. You'll get them bent in any of the steel suppliers. And there you have it there. Now that I think is, no, it's 10 mile steel. So you see the way it's done. You see the way it's welded. I did all this. That's the way it has to be. Now using that, you can plunge that down and lift out about 1 kilo on each lug. So you can get, no, I'm wrong there. 1/2 kilo on each lug, 1 kilo a pass of dirt. No matter what you do, they'll come muck into it. So, and dirt. So you have to dredge it out every year. And this makes it quite easy, right? Have you got it now? You see the design, you weld it up, mild steel. I have it 4 or 5 years. That's it, up there like that. Up across here. And there's your handle. 2 handles, you'll buy them in any hardware shop and just weld them on like that. Okay, so that's me weld there. I wonder, I might try switching on the power just till you see the little drop of water coming out. But I'd say the camera will go off, but I'll try it anyway. So here we are, it stayed on this time. So that's only an improvised block on that. So hopefully that'll be a smaller one, a smaller aperture. But that there runs out in about 10 minutes. So that'll empty the pipe in about 10 minutes. So I'll still have to decide maybe to make a hole, maybe 3 millimeter. That there is equal to a hole of 4 millimeter, I'd say. But most of the water is going up. I checked it and it's pumping up above at the tank. And the thing about the tank is there's a float valve there. I made a float valve there using one of those standard type, you buy them. There's an old one that was lying out for the whole 2 years. See the float valve there? That's an old pump. It's important to have the wires that they're not going around any sharp bend. So I have a pulley up there, just an old pulley of a dynamo, and I have it bolted in, and then a bit of duct tape to protect it. But do not have these wires going around sharp corners. Don't have them going around wooden sharp corners or anything else. Make sure they're not going around sharp corners. Put them on a pulley or a piece of round wood or a piece of a paling post or whatever you have, because you don't want wires going around sharp corners. It then goes over there to suspended from a tree and over then, and I have the power coming down there by an overhead line. Now I think, is there anything else now to say on that? It's 2 barrel deep. It's great for cattle. It wouldn't be water you'd drink. And don't forget, you can lift this up here so that you can take it out. That's very important. I wouldn't advise messing with it when the lid's off it without someone present. If you got weak or anything, you could be in trouble there. I'd try and do any low down work with someone here, just somebody that's about. There's a good 15 meter length hose with this one. Wire. There's a good 15 meter cable with it. That'll get you well away down to the well, rise it up like this and bring it on over. There it's there. And I didn't have to do any joining. I have an all-weather plug over there. You need to get them. You'll get them in any electrical shop. And then I have the wire coming down overhead. So that's basically the situation now, folks. So an old pillow is handy. Keep a few old pillows because you can kneel on them. And I was using this for the old pump. This is a bit of land drainage with concreting off the bottom. Now I might put another one on, because as my pump is at the minute, it's too wide to go into that, and so it's just dangling in the barrel. And it's probably all right, but I might put maybe a 9-inch piece of land drainage with a bit of a concrete plug, just to keep things from getting too near the pump. It might help it. It's debatable if it's needed. I suppose a strainer would be better if you could get some kind of straining pipe. Maybe someone would have some idea about that. So now it's a matter of tidying up. The 40 meters is the important point. I'm not advertising. I get absolutely nothing for making this video. I paid for the pump with a small discount. Now I've just arranged it here. Hopefully it's not very easy. I'm up on a ladder. There's the flow there. At 15 meters. See it there. Not bad. Right folks, I turned it off and I didn't get down in time till the water ran out, but when you turn it off, the water keeps running there in that pipe, and I'll be leaving that it'll just come out a very tiny spray with a valve, so I can turn it off in warm weather. It'll only be when there's sharp frost or frost forecast. I'll be opening the valve and that'll let a tiny piece of the water escape and stop the water being in the pipe so it cannot freeze. There's a float up in the tank, on and off. The switches are on and off, and so that's the system. It has worked well for me for over 9 years. And I had one of those deep well pumps, you know, the shiny submersible pumps. They're about 3 inches in diameter or a little less. They're for deep wells. Now they're different to this pump, and it worked for me without any, but you know, there's a tank goes with them and a control unit. Well, I had that, and I don't use that, so I took away all that and just used the ordinary pump. You buy them in most of the hardware shops. I bought the ordinary pump and connected it. As long as you have a float that'll turn it on and off, it worked for me without any bubble or blow up tank or anything else. But you won't have as good a pressure. When this goes up to the tank above, it's a gravity feed down to the cattle shed and around the farm. And it's not as good as a high pressure feed that will be installed eventually, but then I may have to develop a well for that, and I have that in mind. But for the moment, this is a good way of dealing if you rented land or something, of having a temporary supply. And you can connect this direct to the shed as well, provided you have an overflow. You can't block the pipe. If you block the pipe, you'll increase the pressure too much. So the way I have it down at the shed is the pipe goes down to all the drinkers, and then it goes up to the top of the shed. And if it's blocked, or if the water stops flowing or the cattle stop drinking, the water can flow out on the shed roof and down into the gutter in the normal way, like storm water. So you're not blocking it completely. You must not block these completely. They're a different design to other pumps, and this particular one is not designed to work with anything else, only just a direct pump up. Hopefully that explains it all to you folks. That's all I can tell you. I'm sorry that I couldn't make it all in one video. It's very hard to hold it, and there's the danger of the phone dropping into the water. So I mean, it's not so easy, and it'll take me too long to learn how to splice them together. So you'll be getting several videos. Hope that doesn't matter. Comment underneath. Might be useful to somebody. Make sure that the pump has the right head height that you need. You need it at least a quarter more than it says on the box. So it works, and it's working here, and I worked it in various forms for 8 years. Bye, good luck and thanks.